So the film that I'm going to be talking about today is The Postman in the Mountains.
The film is set in the mountainous regions of the western Hunan province in China in the early 1980s. At the film's start, a young man begins his first journey as a postman in the mountains. His father, a veteran postman, forced to retire due to a bad knee, decides to accompany him together with the family's faithful dog, Buddy. The father walks his son through the nitty gritty of the job, and the son realizes that the mailman job entails not just sending letters. He witnesses his father's deep friendship with the villagers. The film includes a number of memory flashbacks of the father's and the son's earlier life. Together, they traveled hundreds of miles on foot, delivering mail, and in the process of which, the son learns from the mail's recipients more about the father that he hardly knew. The film debuted in 1998 in mainland China and received huge box office losses. It wasn't after 4 years later, when it entered Japan, that it starts to receive positive international reviews. Without any explanation, the cinematography of the film is already giving us a great deal of context about the setting of the story before any dialogue has been said.
别说他对我不放心，第一次走这么远的山路，我自己心里也没底。
Unlike other narrations that simply describes what's happening in the picture, the narration here is about the son's first day on the job, while the picture shows the father packing for him, which bears down the secondary theme of a father-son relationship. I searched it up, and all these places on the map really do exist in the Hunan Mountains in China, which is really impressive of the production team.
老二，咱们走。
The fact that the dog that was supposed to give him company ignored him and went to the old postman shows how unfamiliar the boy is with the job.
Of course, the dog leaves when the old postman does.
The shot of two generations walking together doing the same job really reflects the theme of tradition and heritage. There's so many of these shots in the film that picturizes the boy's path of growing up and becoming an adult in this film. I'm just at 10 wins right now.
Keep in mind that this film was made in the 90s, so there weren't drones or anything that could do this for the production crew, and the cameramen actually have to walk these paths to film all of these. Notice the first thing that the boy does when they take a rest is to give the water to his dad.
两个人走路总该聊点什么，可我又不知道该说些什么好。因为爸不常回家。
Not only does this tell us the boy's story of growing up with his father being the mailman, but also shows why there's a distance between the boy and his father. Notice that the mailman handed the letter to the old woman to rip open even though she's blind and can't read. The film production crew used a small action to show that the mailman wanted the old woman to know that he didn't touch the money inside.
小时候，我很爱看我妈笑，可只有在三个人聚在一起的时候，我妈笑得最开心。
Every place they walk to features a scene of memory of the old postman's path. This also symbolizes the boy following his father's footsteps on becoming the new postman.
周啊，上学了吗？
上了初中2年级，路太远，来回要翻3个山头。
Every character's dialogue in this film has its own significance and ultimately goes on to describe the harsh living conditions in the mountains. Wherever the postman goes, everyone welcomed them and treated them with warmth. This is not only because the postman has a good reputation in the mountains, but also shows the significance of the hope that letters bring to these people who live in the villages deep in the mountains. In the end of the movie, although the dog learned to follow the new postman when he goes out by himself, the old postman stops the dog from going with him, showing that the father has trust that his son has grown up enough to handle the job. At the end of the day, please go actually watch the movie to get the full extent of what this movie brings you. As you may be able to tell, this movie isn't told in dialogue or narration, but rather a lot in music and camera languages. So I strongly suggest you to take just an hour and a half on the weekend just to watch the entire movie and fully immerse yourself in the beautiful mountains. That's the end of the video. I really hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys again really soon. Later.